Uh-oh. Please go Shadow Demon.
Radiant team
Come on!
Omni Knight.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So you need a purge now.
But what can you go? You don't want to go mid DK into the Death Prophet to allow you to go Brewmaster.
10 seconds remaining.
Can you... What's the Invoker Death Prophet matchup like?
5 seconds remaining.
It's fine. I mean, DP is kind of fast, which makes it annoying just to be able to land a lot of your spells, but it's okay. But you also have to consider like what build are you exactly going, right? Of course, the Tornado is important to be able to get rid of the Guardian Angel, but if you just go for kills with, for example, Cold Snap Urn, you've got an Omni Knight there to be able to cleanse that off. So it really does go back and forth with what's effective.
You like that? Your reaction is identical to mine. I looked over and what you were doing was, I'm almost certain was similar to me.
Just having a stroke slightly at seeing the Terrorblade come out.
Remaining.
Yeah, wrong kind of stroke. The I don't know. I'm not feeling super confident about it. The lane isn't amazing. You could use the Shaman to get rid of one of the illusions instantly. You have a decent amount of magic damage at the moment. Illusions, you're going to clear them reasonably well. You're you're entirely physically focused, so now they're going to get rid of the Invoker. You can even get rid of the Brewmaster if you just want to be safe. And then what do you do? Like they've just got their mid left to go, and there's no mid laners that like to go into any kind of purge outside of the Invoker. Unless it's like a mid troll with Ags, but that's not going to happen.
Hype.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm
5 seconds.
I'm trying to see if Polaris can consider a drow / sniper because it's only the DK to get on top. But then also I'm thinking about like a strength hero with the Omni. Is there any that you're kind of preferring?
Dire team pick.
Not really, to be honest. Maybe a Sven this game. Don't hate the Sven. Razor's banned. It's going to be decent against the DK. It's going to be decent against the TB, not just for yourself, but for the rest of the team as well. You can amp him up even further. You're not lacking tower damage. I just want to see Sven, man. I know I keep asking for it and teams don't pick it, but just something a little different. Lifesteal is not great.
Nor is Wraith King, nor is Tiny. It can go back and again, Tiny. Past patch, you had window to always win any matchup. This patch, I'm not certain.
TB beats Tiny late.
Yep.
The thing. So, I mean, you do have the tempo to be able to end early, right? Death Prophet, Shaman, Omni Knight, Mars, very effective. Don't need too many items to come online.
So I don't know if there's a strength hero they can consider. They didn't really ban out any like playmaking mids as well. So you could still from NGX.SEA go for a Spirit. Yeah, you go for a Storm. Of course, it is into like Shaman, Mars. Shaman. Like it's not an easy game, but if they pick Drow, like you kind of forced to go down a Spirit or like some ranged. That is a exceptional pick.
How did we not see that?
Yeah, you Lesh. Like it's a very good Lesh game. It's a not very good, but it's a good Lesh game. It's an answer to the PL. You've got a saving support in the Abaddon. You got DK to jump.
10 seconds remaining.
Tempo can take towers, but
don't care about Guardian Angel.
Yep. Remaining.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
So they can has to be mentioned that Alacrity really likes his Ember. It's also not a free Ember game because of the control. It's never going to be free. This is why I think Shaman's so valuable into like really top tier position 2s because they always play these Spirit heroes to an exceptional level. So it's never easy. You're never going to get a free game, but it's a decent answer to Phantom Lancer. He likes it a lot. Another tempo controlling hero, so something they can consider.
I'm just trying to see if there's any other options. We've basically covered everything. It's not a Meepo game. We're not going to see that come out.
The sack.
Choose your hero.
And they do just Flash.
Yeah, I was so close to doing the whip, but I stop myself.
Do it.
No, I'm just not going to be
Do it,
cringe
wimp.
lord like Danog. What?
Do it.
Call me a wimp.
Mm-hmm. A true Chad would go through with it.
You're a beta.
All right.
Wow.
Let's have a not a side reaction and prediction. Cosmetics. Which team looks better?
But can we? Okay, I was just gonna say maybe do it in game. I will say that's a dope Mars set.
Shaman's looks kind of cool as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dire.
I'm gonna go with Dire as well.
How can Hoodwink's got nothing? DK is just a boring old freaking person. That's a cool looking.
The antlers on the Abaddon are cool.
They can't see. They can't see. We'll speak about it in game.
They will. We're telling them. We're amping up the hype.
Amping up the hype. Yeah. Wow. Crazy excitement coming through from Mr. Danog. Woo!
Yes.
Woo!
The thing is, like, this lane, that's the one thing I'm worried about for Polaris. Xavius and Natsumi on the Phantom Lancer and Omni Knight. Omni's going to do basically nothing in that lane, right? Like, you're going to be going up against, what, DK Hoodwink
Yep.
in that lane? No, yeah, DK Hoodwink, and doesn't feel the best to be going up into that. A lot of the time, you can just feel very confident in the Omni Knight just with your pretty fast movement speed to be able to get a lot of trades happening in lane, but again, Hoodwink, she's smoked at the moment, but she still has very fast base movement speed, so you're going to be able to kite him around pretty effectively.
All right, here we go.
I'm probably going to say Nigma.SEA for this one.
Really?
Like, the PL is great against the TV, but you've got the Leshrac. The instant lockdown is great with the Mars and the Shattered Shaman, but you've got the Abaddon for that. And I feel like the TB, I don't know, man.
Okay, so I feel like this game we have to look at the Lesh, and do you feel like Polaris is Lesh going to get to a stage where he is unkillable?
No, I don't think that's ever the case, right? Like, because you need to be so selective with your BKB usage. You either use it so that you're not getting spirit siphoned, you use it so you're not getting locked down, you use it so you're not getting diffusal mana burned, and you use it so you're not getting caught inside the arena. It only lasts 9 seconds maximum, and the thing is they've got pretty terrible ways at keeping a team fight within a very enclosed space. It's only the stun, essentially, on the DK. That's about it. They bushwhack, and then they've got the Omni Knight to be able to clear that out. So it does feel tough for the Lesh. With that being said, I might change to Polaris.
Yeah, because I think to enable the Terrorblade, the Lesh has to have a good game, because Lesh is going to deal with PL, and if PL is not dealt with, then I feel like, well, he's got a very good matchup, carry-to-carry matchup versus the Terrorblade. So, and I think Lesh has to pop off, and Omni Knight needs to die at the start. Omni and Shaman needs to die, and then you can kite through arena. Like, you're gonna have multiple BKBs. It's gonna be like a triple BKB game. Because Natsumi's kind of getting beat down at the moment.
It's just the Akon shot doing a lot. But instantly, Heavenly Grace heals him up very nicely. But, I mean, just look at it. Like, Hoodwink moves slightly slower than the Omni Knight, but of course, you're ranged, right? You're going to be able to get the better half of any trades. Every single chance that you get, you're even just trying to get a couple of extra right clicks in onto the PL. Just being as annoying as possible.
All right, so I'm almost certain you said that you're kind of worried as well for this matchup with Alacrity versus the Lelouch Death Prophet, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like, I don't know, it does go back and forth for me because they're both heroes that love to spam out their abilities, probably Alacrity more just because the Lightning Storm's on a 4-second cooldown, so really looking to see Lelouch get into that early bottle plus Magic Stick just so that you can shove the lane back out and prevent him from rotating to the small camps or other camps across the map because both sides, if you leave the lane, your tower's in danger, even after the DP nerf.
So do you feel like maybe there can be supports that can help out with either securing water runes and even doing some damage onto the tower?
also top. You know, the Hoodwink, of course, has that luxury. The PL Omni Knight isn't a kill lane. Mizu's eventually going to get up to level 3, level 4, which will enable Yokam to make that rotation. But unfortunately, Playhard doesn't have that same luxury. You still can be left in a bit of a vulnerable position, even just with a Terrorblade and some body blocks maybe coming out from Bumbui.
For me, with bottom lane, I think it's really going... It's going to really come down to resources and how either side expends them. As we see, Bumbui should be killed off here for our first blood. It's Nevermind in play. Oh, maybe they turn it in your dream. Steps in. The level 1 meta damage is enough to kill off Playhard. Beautifully done as Bumbui tanks through all the damage. Now top lane as well. Mizu's in a bit of trouble. Just trying to stand his ground and man fight Xavius. The Ring of Protection helping out early, but he runs back in to get the stun, but Xavius can bop him down with the hammer. Yoken might be in trouble now. They still got the Hammer of Purity. It's going to be able to
Such a
step on
nice
out.
value point.
Yes, sir.
I've meant to ask you as well. I actually haven't seen this particular iteration of Polaris. How have they been doing so far? Because when we were casting them, I
very true.
think they were a slightly different roster. They didn't have Playhard. They didn't have Nevermind.
Now hold that thought as Lelouch might be killed off mid lane. Another Lightning Storm up shortly. Level 2, is it going to be enough? Lelouch sipping on some bottles and my guy is chilling. I've been impressed. Nevermind has looked very good, but they've given him the Pango a lot. And when he's on the Pango, he looks like a really top tier player. And something that I've been mentioning is that I would kind of like to see Polaris give him other heroes because they're in Division 1 and Division 1 is freaking hard. Like that is a
The drafting
stacked...
is the difference.
Yeah, but just they've been giving him comfort heroes, and I think that's really to be expected because he's definitely the least experienced player, and he hasn't really been on a big team. So I just was expecting like this tournament in particular for him to try to expand the hero pool, as we might see him catch up to Bumbui, but not the case. But regardless, I've been impressed with Nevermind on his heroes. Play hard. I've always really liked watching him. He's a high caliber position 4, and Mavis moving to the 5. Xavius, apologies. Hasn't done anything crazy, but it's just been solid. So I think that's pretty impressive though. Like a 4 to 5 can be a bit of a swap around. So the fact that he hasn't been like the weakest link at all is, I think, a big thing for Polaris. Mid lane. Looks like Alacrity with the help of Bumbui will be able to chase down Play Hard. Alacrity considers the courier.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Okay, well that was the stick, I suppose. Stick overkill?
Doesn't feel great, does it? Any stacks built up just yet? Doesn't look like it for either side, actually. Oh, never mind. There's one hard camp stacked in the Radiant Triangle. But other than that, it's pretty bare. And, you know, when you've got these heroes, particularly the Lesh and the Death Prophet, they're two heroes that are very quickly capable of taking a lot of that and accelerating their farm. But to start out the game in your dream, he's having a fine time down here. Just wanting to stay out on the map as much as possible. Lots of banner regen, infused raindrops. And, I mean, he can stay in the lane for a little bit longer, but he's super capable of rotating through the jungle and looking to amp up his farm in that way.
Yeah, I'm really looking towards this next meta usage because I think they do have a potential to get a kill, especially if the Shaman's kind of caught around. I think the way to do it is the Abaddon wraps around, gets that just one right click, and then all of a sudden you got the slow reflection as well, and then here's it go on a top lane. Oh, nicely done. Natsumi eats the tree, so Xavius isn't going to get stunned, and they might turn on Mizu now. 2 points in the Dragon's Blood. Mizu's going to be able to stand his ground. One more right click is not enough thanks to the heavily graced sustain. Xavius, he's got a little bit of mana to play with as well, but no points in the purification. Yokam's actually going to drop a ward to continue the chase, but Xavius steps back to the safety of the tower. They don't kill him off. Now, Yokam might be the one in trouble, but he too is not an easy person to kill. Bottom
You
lane.
love the little things. Ooh,
Play hard.
they found.
In Your Dream was considering stepping over and dropping a meadow, but a lot of action on the side lanes, but not many kills just yet.
Action around the power runes as well. Will Alacrity be the lucky one? Yes, he will, and probably one of the better ones to have at this stage. Oh, Lelouch, he is in danger here. He might need to start TPing out immediately, but it's going to be too late now.
He dead! Well, Lacrity's gone for another. Maybe stacks, bounty, anything he wants. But it does leave bottom lane invulnerable. Nevermind's got the spear as well. Hoodwink's going to try and TP down, but really nice play from Nevermind. Pushes him further away from the tower, but they're going to try and turn it. He doesn't have many stick charges on In Your Dreams, so he's not going to have any ways to sustain through this, but uh-oh, like you said, top lane Natsumi gets dived onto the tower. Is this with a catapult timing too? So NGX.SEA.
No edict though. No edict. He's gone very heavy in just being able to pick off with a lot of that burst damage through from the split earth. Pretty impressive that he's been able to land a few of them too, considering there's been minimal setup up until this point. And Lelouch even using the TP just to come top, preventing that push from happening. Even PL's coming in.
Top lane, they're still brawling. Alacrity's got plenty of mana to play with. Lelouch considering charging up the exorcisms. Now going to chase down the Leshrac. The faster movement speed, Disco Pony trying to retreat, but the spirits will catch up. And now play hard. He steps into the river as well. He's going to catch out another one. So Lelouch getting mega value out of the Exo. Look at this. A little bit of damage on their tier 1 as well. So really nicely done. And Danog, I mean, Lelouch, Death Prophet, the Mac Death Prophet. Oh, it's really something to fear.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just look at that. He's able to have all of that impact, clean up all those kills, and be right and ready to be able to fight again, just from the healing component. And, I mean, it's not even him that's having a decent time. You've also got Nevermind. He's sat down here. He's been a little bit more passive, but he can certainly look to make plays around that arena.
Top lane?
He's available anytime now.
Yeah, good luck killing Mizu. Alright, so how do you feel like Polaris look to fight with the arena?
Actually, to be honest, I feel like they are pretty lacking in damage, at least until the DP has the exorcism again. That's their big weakness early on into the piece, right? Natsumi, he's just hit up onto level 6, so
they're gonna
at least now he's...
Nice.
At least now he's able to jungle a bit more, just with a juxtapose, right? Like, you can look to take a bit of that away. You always know that out in the lane is a dangerous place to be, especially on that top side, when there's no tower for your teammates to come onto.
They're going to switch to mid, it looks like. Exo still on cooldown for another 45. They might run into In Your Dream at the same time.
He doesn't see him just yet. Shaman, really nice pathing by Playhard.
Go Shackles, able to set up for Nevermind. A beautiful use of the chain control, making sure there would be no opportunity for the Sunder. Does even have a skill point in it, but regardless, she'll get the kill. And now look to convert mid. Still no Exo, so you're going to be relying on the right click damage. This is it a 6 on Shaman. Yeah, about half a level.
Even just making sure to spear him closer to the rest of his team, making sure not to hit the illusions as well. Really nice. Just little minor plays coming through from Nevermind. So great to see him having a pretty decent start to the game on a newer hero for him, not the Pango.
Very even start we got though. 5-4. Of course, it is going to be Radiant with an objective advantage. Got Leshrac as well. We were speaking a lot about this hero. I really feel like needs to be top of the net worth and needs to be snowballing. And well, he's actually going to be considering a Bloodstone this game for Alacrity. Of course, you do not have a mana... The Bloodstone active does not require mana. So very nice first the PL if he offers for the Diffuser, which he is.
Yeah, and I mean, it does a percentage of the damage dealt and converts that into mana. And when you consider, well, it's going to be against a bunch of like illusion heroes, right? They take a lot of damage, so it's just going to refill your mana pretty damn quickly. The downside to that, of course, is that it's more mana for a PL to potentially burn, and you take more damage in return, so it really does go both ways.
Alright. This is definitely the time to take a fight, though, if you're Polaris. You've got Exo, you've got Arena, Serpent Wards as well, so you're really looking to try and wrap on mid, drop Arena, drop your ultimates, and then convert on the tower. Oh, Lelouch's got Arcane as well, so yeah, perfect timing. I don't know if there's much Radiant can do to enter the fight without the blink on DK.
Don't think so. I mean, Alacrity's going to try and at least pull the creeps a little bit further away. Not going to result in anything significant, though.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Lelouch, I mean, he postures himself a bit forward. I'm not sure if that's the rightest place to be. Scout out any kind of stacks, but won't get more than just that value out of the exorcism. It's not the worst. Obviously, taking away the mid tower, especially with how much Alacrity loves to take stacks inside of his own triangle, but got to be careful not to go too far because we don't have a TP on Mars, you don't have a TP on the Omni Knight, and you've got Diabolic Edict starting to hit into the mid tower with no exorcism. So this could fall pretty quickly.
I really like how Boom Boo is playing as well. Like, nothing crazy, but just recognizes his role is sit behind the Leshrac. Lesh is always a hero that wants to be in the middle. You do a ridiculous amount of damage, but your survivability is often the main thing in question. So Abaddon just recognizing this, like TB is going to take a lot more of the safe farm, whereas Alacrity playing a little bit more up in the face of Polaris.
They're really going to be playing around 1 or 2 Exos time. I mean, I feel like Lelouch could potentially look to get active around the next one because of the Arcane Rune being popped. He's only 20 seconds away from using it.
Under attack.
He's able to TP, Boots of Travel in to the creep wave, so bottom tower going to start to be pressured a little bit.
Might just chop Arena. Oh, no. Speed!
Ooh.
He didn't get stunned. Sharpshooter, I don't know what just happened there, but they're going to kill him off regardless. So Serpent Ward's usage into the tower, but instantly look at Radiant. They're recognizing that this tower is not a potential for them to defend, so they're going to look to try and take mid instead.
You say it's dead as a door now, though.
Dead as a absolute door person. How disappointed in
pronoun.
What?
Door person. Being very inclusive here.
Sigh.
Never mind. 600 gold away from the Blink Dagger. I mean, they gotta wait until they've got that, until they can... Oh, bounty helps. Before they can look to make another team fight happen. I mean, DP, of course, she can go now, but she wants that level 12. She wants that big power spike in effectiveness, particularly with the PL. He's got Diffusal, yeah, and that's nice, but I feel like he needs at least that Blade of Alacrity to really get value out of any kind of rotation.
The nice
stage where the TB is still pretty strong against him.
I think the nice thing in this game with the carriers is that they can show up to fights pretty early. Like if both sides take a fight by the PL and by the Terrorblade, TB has meta, he can show up. If PL's nearby with Diffusal, he can show up. This is definitely one of the big advantages about the Diffusal just being a lower cost, is that PL, he used to be kind of useless for the first 13 minutes or so. Like, it took you a little bit longer to get it. As hold that, we will have a fight breaking out by the power, and you see how important it is to try and secure this. Oh, especially in Arcane. Oh, you gotta get out. Now Lelouch didn't pop the Arcane with the Exo, but they're still gonna charge into the middle. As Nevermind, a beautiful wraparound, controls that one, and they're still moving forward for more. Aggressive plays from Polaris. I know this is a big opportunity for them. You gotta be cautious though. Charging the high ground into In Your Dream, but the Piggy, it just escapes to the northern side. Lelouch playing with Xavier, so now he's protected. And they will not be able to find a kill, it looks like, without Mizu to jump. They're lacking the control, and Nevermind in. Oh, that's beautiful. Silence onto multiple heroes. Now they got the GA as well to protect them, but Alacrity, still the magical damage starting to rack up. But Alacrity, all it will be is a defensive. Yours buying a little bit of time, but as soon as he falls down, they'll kill him off with ease, and now they're on In Your Dream. Another blink to the backline is Nevermind. He's on point this game. The Mars making sure there is zero opportunity for NGX.SEA to escape as they set up for Lelouch, and he is rewarded with a triple.
Very nice. You just see the instant value they get out of that Blink Dagger though, right? Nevermind, instantly able to join in, get huge effectiveness. And unfortunately, Boo is just a little slow on the fingers. I thought after the Leshrac came down for the Yule Scepter, he would have had a next use of the Aphotic Shield or the Mist Coil, but never landed it onto him. They were so low on Polaris' side. Even just a couple of extra seconds of life probably would have been the difference there.
And that is just... that's also huge for the Phantom Lancer. He gets involved, gets some gold, gets some experience, and he lives to tell the tale. Meanwhile, Terrorblade doesn't, so he's just getting a little bit more farm out of the map. Their mind's got to jump in. They can TP down. Great reactions from Alacrity with the Yules. Gotta be cautious he doesn't run into the wall though, but they're converging on bottom. Play hard, soon to connect. Let's see if he's gonna be fast enough. Alacrity's gonna be pretty cute with the Jukes. No way. No way. He's gonna go back to Boo. Oh my god, Alacrity might make it out. The double bushwhack! Alacrity lives! Alacrity lives, and now Lelouch. Piggy pulling out, but Mizu blink up in 5. I don't think there's much Lelouch can do. Alacrity had the jukes on. Maybe Lelouch can do the same. Into the trees. What? Okay. No way he was going to make it out. They'll make sure that he's not an opportunity, but Xavier's was goddamn close to reaching him. But wow, that is huge for NGX.SEA.
Yeah, what a turnaround. Just being able to juke at the right moment. The siege creep nearly giving away the team fight, but yeah, just being able to retreat to the rest of the team at the exact right time. Bumbui, his rotations have been pretty on point.
And now we're just trying to mention about the PL. You know, him winning that last fight, and getting a bit of me time. Well, Terrorblade didn't show up, and he is free farming top. And of course, once he's able to pick up more levels and more stats, and these illusions can clear out more waves and more jungle camps.
And he closed the gap as well. He was 900 gold behind PL before that fight.
Play
so
hard?
TB just happily farming away.
Okay, very awkward. They got to get out. They do not have towers anywhere nearby to TP2. He's just going to blink to the tree line. Do they ever cancel? Do they even see him?
Oh, they did right at the end, but the shackles cast time, unfortunately, slightly too high.
And PL showed up for that. So again, the Terrorblade is continuing to farm. Look at that. Secures a small camp, clears out top, and now you will kind of be forced to the go shove in this top lane. I know the tower is going to deal with it, but still there's going to be a lane that's pushed out, which will give NGX.SEA a lot of information now to work with.
It might be the Death Prophet that's able to go up there, though, right? She's got the boots of travel. You can look to connect to any kind of team fights. She's level 13, so it's not the worst, but yeah, certainly it feels a little awkward to have to constantly be pushed around the map just by TB and his illusions enabling the split push.
Now, what are your thoughts on the item change from Alacrity? Actually, hold that thought as Mizu. Gonna find the Mars underneath the ward. An important kill for them to be up. Oh, he drops the arena. Wait, Dyra coming over. Whoa. They actually might get value out of the arena, but Radiant still have the ward, so they're gonna get full confirmation of this, and looks like they'll unfortunately lose the pesky squirrel. But that, of course, is not the worst at all, as, yeah, will they? They should. He's got no trees to play with. Will they?
Will they?
Heavenly Grayson is out. Alacrity, the same with him.
Mizu's posturing like he wants to go back in, but
he's crazy.
Man, the Leshrac TP'd out.
Just wants a clear bot.
So you're saying the not going the Bloodstone, going into the BKB instead on Alacrity?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he just wants to not be silenced. He just wants to prevent the mana burn from even starting onto him. So there's not that back and forth roller coaster that I was talking about with getting more mana but then losing more HP as a result.
Bumbui?
Even just being able to walk through the arena is kind of nice.
Nice TP. Alright, I do think NGX.SEA have to be very cautious about Roshan with Serpent Wards as a potential, as, yeah, they're actually, there we go. They're going to move straight in now. Oh, maybe not. Maybe so.
He just wants vision first. So you pop Exo for this. You can almost afford to.
They're coming. They don't have Lesh. It's going to be too slow to get in the area. Maybe Mizu jumps in to try and steal it. It's a really good bushwhack. Natsumi's taking a lot of damage, and yeah, Lelouch now will be forced to pop Exo, but this is buying some time for Alacrity to connect. He's just going to try and charge in the pit. Lelouch now with the Aegis, he can move in. Nevermind's going to do the same. Beautiful spear, clips onto Mizu, but Bubu is on point once again, but the Emphatic Shield doesn't buy him enough time. They're going to charge up into the triangle, but they might be able to turn it around as Alacrity reveals the BKB. Jada protected for the moment. Alacrity's going to be cautious still. The damage ramping up the Leshrac, but can they stick around? In Your Dream has the Sunder. It's going to use it instantly. Lelouch falling lower and lower, but Xavius is nearby once again. Without dealing with the Omni Knight, you can't blow up the Death Prophet. Now Polaris. Oh no! They ran straight to the Split Earth. Lelouch is in trouble. Is the damage enough from Alacrity? And it looks like it is. A big kill for them to find in Polaris. They feel like this is not a fight they can continue to take. They don't have the items on Natsumi.
Great rally there by Nigma.SEA, just being able to immediately reclaim the Aegis and then get that double kill, all in the back of Alacrity and his calls. His Split Earth was on point every single time, just to be able to get that burst out. Huge value out of the BKB as well, just being able to run into that DP without a care in the world.
Okay, so we've spoken a lot about the cores and kind of their roles this game, but what do you feel like? What is really the role, and how do you feel like Abba and Omni Knight need to play this game?
Essentially how they've been doing it so far, right? Like, he's just needing to make sure that you're playing behind the Death Prophet and enabling him to continuously run forward. Of course, it's going to be easy for him once he gets his own BKB on top of things,
Mid lane
because...
is just onto the Shaman. An easy pick off, but it is continuing to slow down Playard's game.
Do you mind? I'm trying.
But yeah, it's just like... I think both of them have very similar things. Just play behind your mid laner. Stop or allow your continuous running forward to continue, because again, you do need to be very careful about your BKB usage on Alacrity. He's found out Xavius a little bit here, but he's got the Glimmer Cape for himself. But yeah, like, you need to be very careful about when you use BKB, because that's your only avenue to go through the arena. That's your only avenue to make sure that you're not getting mana burned. So I feel like you need to essentially like cop a spear to the face. You need to cop the Hex or the Shackles, because you know you've got the Abaddon behind you for the Aphotic Shield. It's really just going to depend on if Nevermind is able to get in great position to spear away from the Abaddon, because at this stage, he doesn't have anything like an Aether Lens. He doesn't have a Keen Optics, so that short cast range of the Aphotic Shield might be the difference maker.
Now, is there anything in particular you feel like the Abaddon and Omni Knight need to itemize into?
I mean, I feel like for both of them, they're both going 4-staffs, and I don't hate that, just to be able to, again, create space away from these mid laners, waste their time, essentially, both for the Spirit Siphon as well as all of that mana that the Leshrac needs. But I wouldn't hate cast range on top of things. You know, just being able to go into another Arcane Boots for your team is always nice. Whenever you've got these heroes that want to be spamming out abilities semi-frequently, you can see the PL, he's going into the Aghanim Shard just because he's approaching that point where TB is going to have a hard time dealing with all the illusions. So he can just toss the Spirit Lance onto the backlines, get it to focus down the Abaddon, pop the Borrowed Time, or burn the mana, either one, and then take the team fight from there. So it really feels like Polaris have multiple ways of engaging. You know, either slow siege by the use of the PL with a shard, or just jumping straight on in with a Mars. Whereas it's all kind of one note.
It's mass tipping in top. Nice reaction from Mizu. Dude,
nicely done.
Well, Nevermind still going to jump into the tree line. Sharpshooters gonna get him out, and they pop X. Oh, Lelouch, what was that silence? Onto forward, charging to the middle, but he's away from his support at the moment. Xavier steps in. Radiant, do they want to get out? In fact, they want to fight. The Observer Board giving them the information as Playhard's brought down with ease.
It's hard to say which team actually prefers this outcome, right? Because you use meta and you used Exorcism in Arena, so you can't really make too many offensive plays happen now on Nigma.SEA's side. You can farm, for sure, but I would say, if I had to put a number on it, you'd be favoring it like 60-40 if you're Nigma.SEA, just because Lesh can immediately come back and look to make a similar sort of play again.
Well, Lelouch just picked up an Arcane Rune, and he's 17.5, so you are going to have 3rd level in Exo with Arcane, and that is one of the biggest timings for a Death Prophet. Once you're able to max out that ultimate, it does a ridiculous amount of damage. So, oh, okay, well, still looking at 3rd level in Exos, Natsumi. Trying to charge down Bumbui, but as soon as Alacrity shows up, the PL has to be very cautious, and well, they know that the Death Prophet's showing bottom. How long TP's on cooldown?
Okay, yep. She can come.
Radiant's bottom tower
Bumbui?
is under attack.
Just a poke and prod, poke and prod.
Might just be a little bit of that slow siege, right? Like, at the moment, she's just farming the jungle, but you're just going to keep shoving in that bottom lane. Doesn't have any vision to play around those, so it looks like Lelouch is going to play a little bit more passively around it. He really wants that BKB. He's kind of in the same boat as the Lesh, right? He doesn't want to have to rely on the Abaddon, just in case you're in that situation.
They know where Lelouch is. The rest of the team is starting to connect. Smoke's going to pop on for Mizu. They do get a ward down on the cliff, but Dire smoked up themselves as well. A little bit indecisive. Some moving top, some moving bot. Don't do it, Mizu. Don't do it. Catapult's tasty, I know, but you don't want it.
Certainly can't dive that far away from Alacrity. He doesn't have the bots, and he doesn't even have a TP as well. I think it'd be suicide if you look to go anywhere near that.
Look it in your dream. Oh no, he's on the low ground. This is not good for In Your Dream. And the Abaddon's nowhere near. The Abaddon is nowhere near. This is the perfect jump. They need to spear him away. Boom Booey just too late. A silence from Lelouch preventing the miscoil as well. And now this is all Polaris' fight as NGX.SEA. I don't think they can turn this around. They're starting to clump up. A bushwhack will give him a little bit of breathing room on the Abaddon. They do see play hard vulnerable on the river. Nice read from Radiant. They'll get a pick off at least. Maybe opening up a window now with a 3-on-4, but Yokam, no, it feels like this is not a fight they can take to Mizu. What was that blink reaction? Still, you hate to BKB TP out. I think that might be forced. Mizu's... Okay. Would have wasted every little second he possibly could.
Always want that to be the case, but, you know, DP, she's actually changing things up. She's not wanting to go into the BKB anymore. Just feeling like, at the point in time, Xavius has been doing a pretty good job. He's nearly finished up his 4-staff and really wanting a way to deal with those pesky TB illusions.
This is really big for Polaris. Off the back of that little skirmish we had, Xavius had the opportunity to invade into the jungle and drop a really important ward down on the cliff kind of by the bottom outpost. So I think this is where Dire are going to look to take a fight next. And to set themselves up for this fight is to push in bot. You see another ward is now placed behind the T2 tower. So yeah, this is exactly the location that Polaris want to be fighting in.
Radiant's middle tower
Bloodstone into the Shivas. It really feels like these two teams are just mirroring each other every step of the way. Supports position 5s, protecting mid laners. Strong push into strong push, illusion hero into illusion hero. Item timings coming out at the exact same point. This is what happens when you get one playing two.
Without a doubt. You know me, Danog. Got a big little fan for my gems. I'm really happy that we're starting to see a little bit of the... Oh, I hold that thought. Top lane. Ooh, In Your Dream. T2 tower's fallen. Playhard's not here with the team at the moment. Oh, they're going to see Nevermind. And Mizu's going to pounce. If they can get rid of the Mards before the arena, but he's really tanky as Nevermind has the opportunity to turn it back around. But where's the follow-up? When the instant Photic Shield, it'll protect In Your Dream. And I think Polaris need to get out. I don't know if you can take this fight now. Yeah, that's not the case. As Alacrity mega kill streak. And they're posturing high ground.
Yeah, why not? You got meta. More than half duration left. Just looking to try and poke him from
Phantom Lancer. Okay, Xavius protects him instantly.
Has to be careful about where he goes in, though. Mizu's mana's completely burnt.
Lelouch wants to fight, man. He's got X, so this dude is on another level at the moment. Lelouch is doing way too much damage.
Just throw out the lance. That's all Natsumi wants to do right now.
Get out. Play hard. Just gets in range for the Hex. Okay.
Roche is up in 10. They're pinging it out. Someone's going to go check.
It is a huge timing for Die. You got Serpent still on cooldown, but you can pop Exo for it if you feel like it's required.
He wants that level 20 on the Lelouch.
What do you reckon he goes?
Honestly, this game, probably the Spirit Siphon slow. Just to be able to kite around the Terrorblade to prevent Hoodwink from escaping as easily. Lesh, we know, wants to run at people.
I wonder who they give the shard to as well. Probably the PL. Yeah, Mars already got one.
Art, by the way.
Oh, they're TPing bottom as well. They're probably not going to expect this. It's actually really fast play from Polaris. And they're going to run instantly into them. But look at Boom Booey's positioning once again, straight next to the Terrorblade. But without the meta, I do not think they can fight. The rest of Dire is slow to connect. In Your Dream turns with the Sun Double. Lelouch didn't have the Aegis. Oh, they didn't give him the Aegis. Oh, no. Oh.
I'm pretty sure PL ate the Axe shot as well, even though he already had one.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't have one. It was Mars and Death Prophet. They were the only two that had one.
You sure about that?
Yeah, 100%.
I swear I saw him had a queued up and flying out to him at one point.
Dripping balls. Alright. Oh, what was the streak that Lelouch gave over? 512 to In Your Dream. And the most important thing is they didn't use meta for that.
Still wanting to fight though. Heart, Aegis, Shard that he definitely didn't have before.
It's a difficult fight. gonna wrap around.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Pretty obvious though. You're not showing to defend at this stage. There's a reason for
Dire's
it.
bottom tower is under attack.
All right. We haven't kind of addressed PL for quite some time. Natsumi is top of the net worth. I think Heart recently completed. When do you feel like he is at that stage where PL is going to do PL things?
Honestly, now he's reaching his critical mass in my eyes.
Ooh.
So, not critical mass. Like 25, of course, is that stage, but it's hard to see how much bigger you're going to get at the 31-minute mark.
Izu looking to protect the
Izu.
outpost. Nice doppelganger.
Dodge.
Natsumi's instantly going to try and target down Alacrity, but the Bloodstone means that the Lesh can stand his ground. They're turning to Natsumi. He's not going to be able to get out of this, but the rest of the die is starting to connect. How do you set yourselves up for round 2? Mizu's going to play on the top of the stairs, preventing the supports from jumping in. And look at Alacrity. Instantly beelining, but he's away from Boom Booey. He's away from Boom Booey, so they can't get the shield. Oh no, he played too aggressive. As Yabadon couldn't step in, he couldn't get the save, and now NGX.SEA, they need to get out. Dreamy should make it. The rest of the team cannot connect, but... Ooh, you got EXO now.
Yeah, and that's the value of the surprise BKB coming out for the Shadow Shaman. The first time he's used it the entire game, I'm sure the Lesh was thinking, look, he can hex me, he can shackle me, but as long as I've got the Edicts and the Pulse Nova running on top of him, he's going to die. Not if he's dodging half of that damage. And you can understand why Bubui might not have been right on top of him.
They got... Oh, okay.
Dire's top tower.
Choke him. Oh, nice play. He doesn't have buyback, but he cancelled Nevermind's TP because they're moving top. They're going to try and rat this one out. They were pinging it before, so Nevermind can't TP. It's going to be up to Play Hard to deal with it.
Oh, real one.
Oh, no. He's got BKB. He can TP out afterwards. Illusion's just killing Play Hard. And In Your Dream can Sunder. Although it's kind of a bit difficult with the Phantom Lancer Illusions. In Your Dream is going to be close. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, imagine that. That's the thing. PL against TB. All those illusions just do way too much damage. Underneath the tier 3 tower, it really did feel like that was also the difference maker. How much damage did he take from the tower? Not that much. 2,700 from the PL though.
Dude, I can't click on it.
Just get better.
How? Where are you clicking? I got it. Everything's so excited. Yeah, really not much from the tower. Come on, you noob. You should have seen that.
Bro, I saw the tower hitting. Might have just been hitting an illusion though.
Cool. Oh, Sky. Okay, this is a huge item. This is a big item for the Phantom Lancer.
And almost 25 as well on top of that. How do you defend against this? Like, it needs to be literally the perfect chain stuns, somehow keeping the Omni Knight away as well.
Very... Oh,
how do you do it? How do you keep Omni away? Like, someone needs to build into silence? I don't know.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Maybe you put Mizu on the front and wrap around with all 4 and try and get on the Omni Shaman.
Yeah, just kill him first. That makes sense. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Natsumi is 25.
Radiant's middle tower is
Trying to see if there's any big items that might turn the tides in this next fight.
Not seeing any. I mean, DK is getting close to the Aghanim Scepter, I suppose. He's level 20. Hoodwink has the Boomerang. That's nice.
Oh, it's a 6% chance. Holy, sorry.
I mean, it's this late for the PL. I mean, at least now the Lesh has Blink Dagger, right? So it's just all about, can the DK get the stun off onto the Shadow Shaman? I honestly think Shadow Shaman is probably the most important hero to stay alive in these next fights for Polaris. So I want to see Xavier's playing around next to him so that even if they do get that instant stun, they always can get the cleanse and he can pop that BKB.
So awesome ward placement. They're reading this out. I think the only way they can take the fight is the wraparound. They can't just brute force into Natsumi. Oh, never mind BKBs and says stun now. Wait to see. It's alright. Here's a refresher coming out shortly. He's just
Testing it.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
It
Testing.
works. Haste rune top. Pretty good for a DP, I would say.
Dives.
Speaking of the... Man, what is this mirroring items? Like, DP's go on the Blink Dagger as well. I know it's important for him to get onto the back lines, and, well, I was talking about the Silence being effective against the Omni Knight. Very effective against the Abaddon as well, if he's able to catch him under it. Actually, not.
They're doing no damage to Natsumi.
Yeah. I don't think... They don't even care. Like, they'll just drop the Heavenly Grace on him and be like, yeah, this is the real one. Deal with him.
Yeah, because that's a good point. Often you don't like to, like, give PL the, like, say, Frost Shield on Lich, Heavenly Grace, like you just mentioned. I don't want to, keep it a secret.
Yeah, play possibilities,
Yes,
right?
sir. I, again, do not think they can take a head-on-head fight. I think you have to wrap around.
Yep.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Don't know what that glyph's going to offer, though.
You know, I've got a dragon form as well. Another 5 seconds till it's up. And never mind just positioning. As soon as they jump, as soon as they commit on Natsumi, he's going to go in. There we go. Playad's actually going to jump. Alacrity gets the BKB off. Actually, the Phonic Shield to the backline, but it's not going to matter. Bubui, he doesn't dispel the shackles, and now in your dream, he's the one that's going to BKB to run, but the meta's getting nothing out of it. Mizu's in the middle, but he's in trouble.
Huge.
Nice TP out, but like you said, this PL is huge, and he might be untouchable at this stage of the game.
NTB's missing, but they're running straight on into the front lines again. They need to go the wraparound. You're exactly right. It just feels like they're lacking in damage without the Leshrac. This was your one way to be able to counter the PL's damage. TB can't do it alone. He is single target to the core. It needs to be Mizu on his own, and he's an offlaner. He doesn't have the capability.
This meta's out. I don't know how you fight now.
Hey.
At least it's Megas. They got bottom already.
Radiant's top barracks has
Got the
fallen.
refresher now, and never mind. Double arena's about to come out if they need it, but even able to claim the Megas without.
Now have Megas.
They use basically nothing outside of the exorcism there. Mass Serpent Wards. Everything else just totally withheld by Polaris.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Not good enough. They lost the T3 top. I don't know how they ever get themselves in a position to do this, but I actually think you have to base race. What level is Lesh? Nowhere near 25. Again, I do not know how you win a fight now. This seems like a desperate... I think maybe they didn't smoke under the ward.
She doesn't even have he doesn't even have bots, right? Which would maybe enable a base race. So, yeah, looking a bit rough. Wanting to get some big items. I mean, that's pretty good. The Timeless Relic for a Leshrac. Buff up that damage very heavily. Enable the elimination of the Omni Knight and the Shadow Shaman. He's in deep.
Yeah, and TB's not with the team. What's he close to? We're working on Daedalus, okay. Terrorblade showing on the outpost.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right objective at this stage of the game. I know it sucks to not have your level 25, but don't want to give Polaris more information than they already have. Lots of waves already pushing into the base. All they need to do is wait that extra minute for Roshan. Got a little bit of vision around the pit on Polaris. Anything else available? Don't think there's any... there's no wards available for them at all. Play hard, just be in a ward inside the Roche pit right now.
0% chance. You truly hate to see it.
I would agree with you, Gaben.
Really?
How do you come back?
Base
Maybe
race.
it's like 0% based on how they've been taking team fights up until this point, you know? You can't run head first. It hasn't worked 4 times in a row. It's not going to work the 5th time.
Well, at least all this delay time is giving them maybe
Give
enough.
them what? They got nothing. No
Dude,
new items coming out.
No. Let me finish, man. All this just, dead air is giving them time to craft the ideal fight. They're working it over. NGX.SEA, Danog, come on, man. We cast them in Tier 1 in Division 2. This was a team that somehow their late game team fight execution is something that is on another level. I know it's with Boom Booey and they don't have Polaris, and I understand that. You don't have to say it. And it's Mega Creeps.
I wasn't about to say that.
And it's 18,000.
Different.
What were you going to say?
I think it's all on the back of Mizu, and it's all on the back of big AoE teamfight ultimates. They have no Darkseer, they have no Mars, they have no Tide Hunter. How are you going to do it with a Dragon Knight?
Oh, they got... Oh, no. They got Omniags too. Okay, well, there you go. You can't base race now. So, okay. Yeah, no. This one's over. So funny if they win this next fight.
Not a chance. Jokam is outside the base.
Oh, they're going to jump instantly. Mizu's not to play hard, but great reactions from the Shadow Shaman. Gets the BKB off, and now with a double arena in your dream, has to stand his ground. It's a lot of damage. They kill off the Mars. In your dream, they need to target the supports now. It's going to try and move towards the Shadow Shaman to the back line. A 2 for nothing is Radiant. Okay. A really good way to start the fight.
Natsumi's just spent the last 5 seconds jumping from Split Earth to Split Earth.
Natsumi's in.
Can't
run into Mizu.
It's still Megas that you're coming up against. The tier 4s are still going down. Alacrity's on tower defense duty right now rather than actually dealing with the PL.
And you pop meta as well, so you're just kiting that along with Elder Dragon form. Go back in afterwards.
And Lelouch has a refresher, so even though he used the EXO, not the worst. Playhard did buy back though. If he wanted to, he could spend that 2,000 gold that he's got there. Maybe buy a 4-staff or something like that for the boys.
You do have 3 buybacks on Radiant. See how that's going to come into play. They've got Glyph as well. Look at Xavier's positioning though. Oh, the first stun. That is all, and there we go. Exo's out. What's the play here, NGX.SEA? I mean, Meta's on cooldown for another 70. Uh-oh, Yokam is going for the back line, but you gotta get out now. Oh, scurry away, my little friend. But he won't be able to do so as Lelouch also runs into Boom Booey. But a 4-staff's able to reposition, but you see they still have to be worried about their tier 4 towers. In your dream, Sunder, but it doesn't give him a lot of health back. He doesn't want to use the BKB, but now the throne, it's exposed. Serpent Ward to drop. They're going to protect themselves with the GA. Do they want the kills? Do they want the objectives? It looks like it will not matter. Raided the Glyph at the last second, forced inside the base. It's now or never, NGX.SEA, and it looks like it might be never, as it's a beautiful arena locking them outside. Now it can give them the time to deal with the base. As Natsumi's only got half health to play with, but he still has the ages. As the creeps are swarming in. 1,000 health. I don't think there's much they can do to defend this. As Polaris, in the end, they will be able to take game 1. 43 minutes in. A very exciting game 1, though, to kick off our last series of the night.
That's what we expect from these teams at the very top of the table, right? The back and forth, the minor little decisions that make a big difference. Not these ones that leave you scratching your head. But to be fair, the Terrorblade pick kind of did for us. You know, it was wide open to allow the Phantom Lancer to come in. It didn't feel like the greatest response against what they had up until that time either. Just because you were all physical against an Omni Knight, you had no way to purge off the Guardian Angel. And, you know, even against the Mars, right, there's not too much that you could do against that. The Illusions all going to have their damage stopped into the arena. Thought even though he died at the very end there, Nevermind was pretty solid all game, just tossing up the bulwark, making sure to soak up a lot more of the damage that was aiming for the rest of the team.
I think this was that was a really fun game of Dota to watch though. We saw for 25 minutes, maybe even a little bit more, that both sides were playing their draft really well. I mean, we spoke a lot about the supports and their roles in that game. We saw them really putting a lot of work in with the defensive saves. Nevermind looked really good on the Mars. Of course, there was a back and forth between the Lesh and the Death Prophet. Lesh looked good early, so did the DP, and it was just exciting to see kind of the battle of the big dogs. Of course, like we're saying, Polaris and NGX.SEA, before the start of this series, they were tied with a 10-2 map count. Polaris have now edged out a little bit ahead in regards to the group stages, but with how NGX.SEA looked, I really wouldn't be surprised if we get another even game 2, and if they're even able to tie up this series 1-1. But we are in store for a really exciting last game of the night. We're going to send over break. It'll be about 10 minutes, and when we come back, we'll have NGX.SEA taking on Polaris for game 2.